Was ancient Egypt hiding terrifying secrets about the afterlife? Get ready to uncover mysterious enigmas and unbelievable phenomena. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a secret of the pharaohs. Join me as I dive into the mysterious world of ancient Egypt and try to uncover their darkest afterlife secrets. The ancient Egyptians were known for their incredible architectural achievements, their impressive understanding of medicine, and their fascination with the afterlife. But what exactly did they believe happened when we left this world behind? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore today. Get ready to uncover the secrets that have been hidden for thousands of years. When we think about ancient Egypt, we often think about mummies, pharaohs, and pyramids. But what we often overlook is the fact that their beliefs about the afterlife were far more complex and intriguing than we give them credit for. Many of us assume that the ancient Egyptians were obsessed with death, and that's not entirely accurate. They were actually obsessed with the afterlife, and the process of ensuring a safe passage into the next world. One of the biggest misconceptions about ancient Egypt is that they were a death-obsessed culture. This couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, the ancient Egyptians were a vibrant and thriving society that placed a huge emphasis on living life to the fullest. They just happened to believe that the afterlife was an integral part of that journey. The rituals, the ceremonies, the elaborate tombs, they were all designed to ensure that the deceased made it safely into the afterlife. Many people assume that the ancient Egyptians were terrified of death, and that their elaborate funeral rituals were a way of alleviating that fear. But the truth is, they didn't fear death at all. What they feared was not being able to make it into the afterlife, or worse, being judged unworthy by the gods. The afterlife was a journey, not an endpoint, and they believed that the soul had to be prepared for that journey. The rituals and ceremonies that accompanied death were all about ensuring that the soul was properly equipped for the challenges that lay ahead. The elaborate tombs, the treasures and trinkets that were buried with the dead, they were all designed to help the deceased navigate the treacherous waters of the afterlife. It's a fascinating insight into a culture that was so focused on living life to the fullest, and yet so aware of the mortality that awaited us all. When we think about the ancient Egyptian afterlife, we often think about the Book of the Dead and the elaborate rituals that accompanied it. But what we often overlook is the sheer complexity of the rituals themselves. Take mummification, for example. It wasn't just a way of preserving the body, it was a way of preserving the soul. The ancient Egyptians believed that the soul needed a physical body to inhabit in the afterlife. And so, they developed an elaborate process of mummification to ensure that the body was preserved for eternity. The tombs themselves were also incredibly complex, with intricate passageways, hidden chambers, and elaborate murals. They were designed to help the soul navigate the afterlife and to provide a safe haven for the deceased. And then, of course, there's the Book of the Dead, a sprawling tome of spells, incantations, and prayers that were designed to guide the soul through the afterlife. It's an incredible testament to the sophistication and complexity of ancient Egyptian culture. But what about the darker side of the afterlife? What about the judgment by Osiris and the potential horrors that awaited the unworthy? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore next. The ancient Egyptians believed that the soul would be judged by the god Osiris, and that those who were deemed unworthy would be cast into the lake of fire, or devoured by the monstrous creature, Ammit. It's a fascinating insight into a culture that was both fascinated and terrified by the afterlife. As we delve deeper into the secrets of the ancient Egyptian afterlife, we begin to realize just how complex and multifaceted it was. From the elaborate rituals and ceremonies to the intricate tombs and the Book of the Dead, it's clear that the ancient Egyptians were a people who were deeply obsessed with the afterlife. But what's even more fascinating is the darker side of that obsession, the fear of judgment, the terror of the unknown, and the potential horrors that awaited the unworthy. The ancient Egyptians believed that the afterlife was a journey, not an endpoint, and that the soul had to be prepared for that journey. They believed that the rituals, the ceremonies, and the elaborate tombs were all essential components of that journey, and they believed that the judgment by Osiris was the ultimate test of a person's worthiness for the afterlife. As we come to the end of our journey into the ancient Egyptian afterlife, we're left with a profound sense of respect for a culture that was both fascinating and flawed. We're left with a deeper understanding of a people who were both obsessed with the afterlife and deeply aware of the mortality that awaited us all. And we're left with a sense of wonder at the sheer complexity and sophistication of ancient Egyptian culture. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the mysterious world of ancient Egypt. If you'd like to share your thoughts on the afterlife beliefs of the ancient Egyptians, please leave them in the comments below. And if you're ready to explore more ancient mysteries, be sure to check out our next video where we'll be delving into the secrets of the Mayan civilization. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to always stay at the heart of the mystery. Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's explore more mysteries together.